Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. North Georgia, only live online morning show. That would be us. Good morning to you, our friends nationwide. We know we have viewers all across the nation. You send me notes. We appreciate it. It might just be one or two here or there, but that's important to us to say good morning to everybody in North Georgia, everybody in North Carolina, Tennessee. We're going to even say good morning to Blair. We're going to say good morning, Rose. We're going to say good morning, Sam. I feel like it's romper room. None of you guys just do not understand what I just said, do you? No, they're not even paying attention. You know, you give somebody a job and you tell them half the job is paying attention. So Rose don't pay attention. So she doesn't even do half the damn job. Rose, are you paying attention? No. Absolutely not. The whole crew is like, if we have to be here this week, there's no paying attention. Anyhow, do any of you understand what I just said? And it's not a strip club down in Atlanta, okay? Do you understand when I said romper room? Does anybody understand that? Nobody. Okay, forget it. No, it's not. It's not like a club down in Atlanta, the romper room. It's actually, if you look it up, so somebody in there look it up and see what the romper room is. I see Blair. I see Rose. I see you in Nebraska. Good morning. Hey, we're going to go through several videos of the President of the United States. So first of all, would you guess? I think there's a bunch of drunks watch this show. I mean, if they were not drunks when they started watching the show, they are now. Because if you would play a drinking game starting at 8 o'clock in the morning and take a drink every time I say Trump, right, Sam? I mean, you'd be really out of, you couldn't go to work past 8:30 in the morning. You'd be out of it. So we're going to look at some of President Trump's videos this week, and starting today, several of them that you remember most of them, but you're going to enjoy playing them back, because I was thinking yesterday, what do I do this week? There is no news, okay? The fake media, they haven't taken the week off, but there's no Senate committee hearings, and there's no House committee hearings, and there's no votes going on in Congress. So everything is pretty quiet this week. Most of the talk shows, and you have your Plan B. Fox and Friends has their B and C host on there, which are good people. Your talk show, Rush and all the guys, they're off this week on their private jets playing golf somewhere, which is good for them. I'm happy for them. But I thought, what are we going to talk about this week? I mean, first of all, I don't want to create the news, because that is what we focus on here at FetcherNews.com. We tell all of our reporters when they start, okay, we write the news, we don't create the news, and we are not the news. That is the three things that everybody knows here at FetcherNews.com. So that being said, I thought I would go through today, and there's no one out there, no one. And you're going to say there has to be somebody else. Now, I'm going to say respectfully to Rush Limbaugh, okay, that I've listened to. I don't listen to currently, not because I don't want to. I have some things I have to do with preparing this show. And then at 8 o'clock, I have to get things ready so Rush can watch this show, and then he can have material at noon, okay? Got to do it for him. The big guy deserves it, so I got to work hard, get the material ready so he can bring it to you at noon. So many things that we do at 8 in the morning. But I was thinking, Rush has led the way, okay? Led the way, pioneered, okay, what we wanted to say, you and I. He has called out the Clinton crime family for years. Rush has called out, I mean, remember when Clinton was in office, and, up and away in my beautiful balloon, and, Barry Frank's, Barney Frank, and all the parodies he would do about the Clinton cabinet and the Democrats at that time. Anyhow, he led the way with trying to sound the alarm, and he did a great job setting it up. You're the setup man, okay? You can be the setup man, but only one person can come along and knock it out of the park and say the things that you and I have wanted said. We've wanted these things said. And Rush couldn't do it. Rush yelled for millions of people to hear for years. You know, Glenn Beck, which, ever since Glenn Beck stuck his face in Cheetos and, lost his mind. And, look, I can get teared up. And I'm not saying Glenn Beck's a bad guy, but ever since he started crying every time I turned around, and then when he, just saying, and then when he slammed his face in Cheetos and everything, and you know what I'm talking about. But Glenn Beck made a great attempt. Let's give some of these guys some props, okay? Because there was a lot of us that did not know Spooky Dude, George Soros. Now, I got a mission here. I got to admit something, okay? Back in 2010, let's say in 2010, okay? I was it 2000? Yeah, it was about late 2009. Let's go 2009, late 2009, somewhere around there. I'm down in South Florida, and I'm putting an addition on my dad's house in South Florida. And I spent almost 6 months in South Florida in 2009 before we started FetchYourNews.com. So I'm putting an addition on the back of my dad's house in South Florida. And every day at 5, I made sure everything was cleaned up. At like 4:45, everybody was done. Everything was cleaned up. And to make sure I was sitting there at 5 o'clock to watch Glenn Beck's chalkboards. I got to give these guys props, okay? And I'm going somewhere with this. I had to watch these guys' chalkboards. And I have to tell you, MoveOn.org, George Soros, Van Jones, Valerie Jarrett. You got to give the guy his props before he lost it, okay? Before Glenn Beck, wanted to become the world's savior. I mean, he wanted to do the peace treaty long before Donald Trump. I mean, when he had the rabbi and he was like, you go, all of a sudden he went like, what the hell are you doing, Glenn? You got a rabbi, you got the priest, and you got a preacher, a Pentecostal preacher, and Glenn Beck's a Mormon. And, I'm going to say what my mom always said, and I know this, I'm not supposed to get religious, okay? Or anti-religious, and I'm not knocking a Mormon, okay? I'm not. But, Glenn Beck's a Mormon. And my mom always said, this is my mom's famous wisdom. My mom always said Glenn Beck was a Mormon because those were the steps he sobered up on. Okay? Seriously, I mean, he was a drunk. I'm not knocking it. Everybody messes around, does things, you don't like this, you don't like that, you do things. All right, I'm not knocking the guy. But, my mom always said, he sobered up he would be a Baptist if he sobered up on the steps of a Baptist church. But he sobered up on the steps of a Mormon church, so he's a Mormon. So anyhow, I'm not knocking that, all right? But I got to give the guy his credit. Before he lost his mind, we had the chalkboards, and the chalkboards were really good. Really good. Really good chalkboards every day at 5, knocking it out of the park. I was like remember when you watched CNN? Because Glenn Beck was on CNN? You remember that? Like, you would watch CNN and you're like, whoa, wonder when CNN's going to get rid of this guy's ass, because they can't take him much longer. So next thing you know, Beck's over there, 5 o'clock. Then he wanted O'Reilly's spot, and he was living in Connecticut, and he was wearing Christmas sweaters and writing books every 2 weeks, and then he was going to save the world with the peace treaty over in Jerusalem. Anyhow, so he lost it, okay? Face in the Cheetos. Never put the face in the Cheetos. You got to take a picture. Okay, anyhow, but Beck, I got to give him credit. Rush tried for years. Now, Sean Hannity, I'm going to give Hannity credit, okay, because Hannity was, I think he was putting roofing shingles on when he was a kid. He worked hard. The guy worked. He got on WABC. This guy, was fortunate enough, and it was because he worked hard. He went down here to Atlanta and made good friends with Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich, one of his first really big interviews was Newt Gingrich. And so Sean gets on WABC, and what does he do? He gets the 3 o'clock spot. I mean, the lead-in is enormous. Rush Limbaugh is coming out of WABC. I'm in New York at that time, all right? I'm in North Jersey. I'm working in North Jersey. You from Jersey? I was from Jersey at that time. So I'm working in North Jersey, and I'm coming out every day at 3. You know, Rush goes off. So 12 to 3, we listen to talk radio. We're working construction. We turn Rush on, listen from 12 to 3 while we're working, right? We listened every day. So this guy gets the 3 to 6 slot. Can't beat that. So Sean gets a great platform, and then he gets on Fox. So Sean has done an outstanding job yelling from the top of the mountain. You know, only these people, I have to give the props. I've been doing this for 2 years. This right here, every morning for 2 years. I got to give some props this morning to these guys, okay? Got to give the props, all right? Then you have the great one, Mark Levin. All right, Mark Levin. You know, I can't even Rush Limbaugh will call Mark Levin the great one. Mark Levin is absolutely brilliant. This guy is. You gotta love Mark Levin. So the list goes on. I mean, there are conservative talk radio. They tried, okay. They tried a progressive radio station 2 or 3 times, and it failed. Progressive talk. I mean, Ed Schultz, really? And Alan Colmes, which, I know he's Jewish, but I give the Catholic cross for him, okay? Anyhow, Alan Colmes, right? Ed Schultz. I mean, the list goes on of these whack job liberals that they tried everything they could to do a progressive talk radio. It didn't work. It doesn't work. It fails. They can't get any viewers, can't get any listeners. So they just funnel most of it down into your public broadcasting, which you pay for out of your tax money, okay? These liberal lefties brought to you by a grant, okay? So anyhow, but these guys, there's talk show hosts coast to coast in small markets, all right? They have pushed for years, and they did everything they can to bring you what we have today. So, I mean, even let's say this, okay? Let's say this. Don't misunderstand me, because I'm not even going to go into that direction, and I'm not going to give props to Howard Stern. But even Howard Stern, okay, during the election cycle several times has gotten very political, okay? Very political. Even when he was dragging the fat bastard, this is his quote, fat bastard. No, that was Don Imus. Don Imus said he drugged the fat bastard Chris Christie across the finish line when Chris Christie won governor in New Jersey, Republican. Here's where I'm going with that. We have to take our hat off to the Mark Levins, the Rush Limbaughs, the Sean Hannitys, the Neil Bortz. We got to take our hat off to these guys that work so hard all these years to tee it up. Okay? Not for none other than, I will say this, Hannity, Rush, Levin, they struggled through the Bush years. They struggled. And I'll tell you why they struggled. Because they knew the deep state. They've always, even Glenn Beck, all right, got to take it off, not Cheeto face Beck. Beck of 5 o'clock Fox News, okay? From Glenn Beck, they all struggled during George W. Bush. They all did, because they did not know exactly where to take that, because George W. Bush was not a conservative. But these guys teed it up for this guy here. And I want to go to my first break. first break. But I want to talk about I want the Trump America First and Only America First. That's the name of it. Trump America First and Only America First. These guys teed it up over the years. See, they couldn't do it, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be some people out there that's going to call me a real whack job today. They called me that yesterday. They called me that the day before, okay? But Moses, why has he got to use this for an example? But Moses, Moses, he led the way, okay? He led the way. And Moses stood on the mountain, and he could see the promised land. Moses could see it. I know you don't like this, so I'm going there anyway. He could see it. He led all of them. We have been led for years, conservatives, right wing, whatever you want to call us. We have studied for years. You see, you and I out there, before the internet, we were keeping up with things. Okay? And I have to tell you, I want to come out this, I'm thinking, what do I want to do this week? I want to talk about how we got here, okay? And you and I know way before we could Google all this. I've got 19 tabs open this morning, and I could Google a couple names, and I could put up anything I want, just like that. Research. So you take all of these parts, but you and I remember back before the Ditto Cam. You and I remember back before video could just stream immediately to you like we are this morning. You and I remember hitting the radio and hearing that paper rattle and somebody saying, "In my formerly nicotine-stained fingers," okay? Rush used to smoke. In my formerly nicotine, and we used to hear that paper. And this guy would read newspapers all across the United States. He would read everything. And so would these other people and study. But that's who would bring it to us. We teed it up. They teed it up. They got us there. And I hate to call it the promised land. And I am not making religious references this morning. I no disrespect, okay? But the only comparison I'm making is we're at the top of the mountain, folks. We are there. All of your heroes, or whatever you want to call them, from Rush Limbaugh, from Glenn Beck, to Mark Levin, to Sean Hannity, all of them. I don't even put myself in a list. I didn't do this for 30-some years. I humble myself and say, I did not do this for 30-some years. I have no idea. I followed them for years. Not follow, but listen to them for years. But they have brought us all. And they couldn't do it, but they brought us all, and we could see this country being great again. You and I could see the promise of 2018. You and I could see today's technology with yesterday's values, yesterday's America First, and we could see that because only one guy was able to. There was 17 primary challengers, 17. He knocked one off at a time. The guy came down an escalator. Now, I know what you're saying out there, damn it, and it's not where I'm going. It ain't God, damn it. I don't look at him as God. I'm just saying, I've been here all along. And what I mean by that, guess what? I was born in this country. There's an unusual thing, right? I have been here all along, from day one, all the way through, okay? From the sandbox to the construction site, you name it. I've been here every single day. And I watch this guy come down the escalator. And I watch this guy stand at the podium. And I watch this guy say, hey, we're letting the bad guys in. And everybody freaked out. We're letting them in through Mexico. Rapists, murderers. And see, the media didn't understand that. And they didn't know that because they live in a circle. And see, the media, these damn people, these damn rich people, okay, that are upset over the tax break, that are actually getting the tax break, the media that's making all this money, they live in these neighborhoods, and they're just calling a lawn care company, and they go to work, and they're reporting what a racist Donald Trump is, why 4 Mexicans are cutting their grass. And you know, clipping the hedges. What the hell's wrong with these people? Anyhow, I watch them come down the escalator. I watch him go out on the campaign trail. I watch him knock off one primary challenger after another. You see, the deep state had Jeb Bush. It was ready. I love Ronald Reagan. I absolutely do. This is one of my heroes. Will never change. Donald Trump will never be Ronald Reagan. Period. Never. Okay? I recommend the Reagan Diaries. Anyhow, I watched this guy knock one off at a time. The deep state. When I say I love Ronald Reagan, but the thing, and I will say this, I want to say this, it's like, you know, I don't know. It's going against the wholly conservative, you know, you're not supposed to say this against Ronald Reagan. Thou shalt not speak ill of a fellow Republican. The only thing Ronald Reagan really did that really, to me, he made a deal with the deep state. He did, whether you like it or not. They went to the convention, folks. Ronald Reagan went to the convention. You know what the hell Trump, you know what George H. Bush would call Donald Trump's tax cuts? Voodoo economics. George H. Bush campaigned across this country calling your president, Ronald Reagan's tax plan, voodoo economics, okay? And the problem I had was Ronald Reagan went to the convention. Let me get this out. He went to the convention and he made a deal with the deep state to take George H. Bush. Like, okay, we will give you the nomination. Here's your vice president. That's not what happened with Donald Trump and Mike Pence. Trump and Pence met. The whole family met Pence. Didn't happen. It happened at the convention here, George H. Bush. Now, the point I'm making is I watched the guy take 17 opponents out. I watched him through the transition, Trump Tower. You remember we used to have the background of Trump Tower, and we'd make a joke every morning that we were at Trump Tower seeing who was coming up and down the elevator? This guy worked so damn hard in the transition. You have never watched a president-elect work as hard as this guy did. This guy had everybody coming up and down the Trump Tower. It didn't matter if he liked them or not. Remember when Jim Brown and Ray Green came out? You remember when Jim Brown and Ray Green came out of the tower, they said something nice about the president. The media freaked out. The black community freaked out. African American, you know, if you see it that way. They freaked out, right? Remember Steve Harvey came down. He said, you know, I kind of like the guy. Oh, my God, they went nuts. Remember that Mitt Romney went up. Mitt Romney came down. They all went up Trump Tower to say hello. He listened to everybody. They had tables of meeting after meeting. Remember that? The transition, right? Worked so hard. Then he comes in, and it's January 20th, and he tells the American people, let's play this video, and then we'll come back and go to break. Play this video.
We assembled here today are issuing a new decree to be heard in every city, in every foreign capital, and in every hall of power. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first. Every decision on trade, on taxes, on immigration, on foreign affairs will be made to benefit American workers and American families. We must protect our borders from the ravages of other countries making our products, stealing our companies, and destroying our jobs. Protection will lead to great prosperity and strength. I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down.
Folks, remember that inauguration speech that was given to us by the President of the United States January 20th of just this year? Not even 11 months ago. You remember that? America first. You know what? He's gone to every foreign land. Everywhere he went on his foreign trips, everywhere he landed, he gave what? One damn year, he gave an America First speech. America First. Everywhere. It don't matter where he landed. Oh my God, what's Theresa May? Oh my God, President Macron. What will we do, Macron? Well, hell, the damn French have always surrendered. What the hell are we worried about now, right? So, hey, look, Macron, Theresa May, Angela. We had to put up, this is the garbage, the BS that we had to put up this year from the media. We had to sit here on a day and waste a whole damn day on whether he shook Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor's hand. This is the damn crap that we put up with this past year with the media. But we waited. We waited our whole life. I gave the honor to all the guys and ladies. Laura Ingraham, let me go. No. I mean, ladies too. Don't take that wrong. I am so sorry out there. There's a lot of people that were fighting that battle locally here. There was a talk show like Martha Zoller. Many of you out there fought that battle. Okay, but only one guy could take what is teed up and do what he did. We put up with he went. It didn't matter where he went, G8, G6, it didn't matter, TPP, does not matter where he went in the world. He gave an American First speech. He gave an American First speech at the UN. And don't you remember that January 20th? He said, America first, I will fight for you, I will never let you down. Every decision made will be America first. Keeping his promises. I'm going to take a break. We come back. We're going to play a lot of Trump clips today. And President got back to work, but the media doesn't understand what work is. Take us a break, Sam.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead. 'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella-J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella-J next to Walmart.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Sorry about that. Let's see, what do I want to do? I did not plan to go that direction we just went in. And hold on, I got to fix my earpiece. I always, when I want to wear a hoodie, this is our Team FYN Sports. Let me show it to you. This is our Fetch Force. Fetch Force is a Team FYN Sports sweatshirt. And anytime I want to wear a hoodie, I forget my earpiece won't clip to the back because there's no actual collar. So I can't hear all those nice little things that Sam likes to say during the show or tell me what's going on. First of all, let's talk about how to find the show. We are you can always email the show at chief@fetchernews.com, chief@fetchernews.com, and you can call the show or text us. That's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline, 706-889-9700, and you can follow us on Twitter, chief@fetchernews, and FYN at FYN TV. Please also go to our YouTube channel. That is FYN TV, Fetcher News YouTube. And if you'll subscribe there anytime we are live on the air, you'll get a notification, or anytime we post a video. All right, now, yesterday, the president sent out a tweet that said, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, now it's time to get back to work. All right, it's time to get back to work. And some of these news magazines and so forth, they don't understand why they're failing. Well, I say they don't understand. They don't care, okay? They don't care why they're failing, is my opinion. But Newsweek says Trump goes to his golf course when he said he'd be getting back to work. All right, this is Lauren Gill on 1226 yesterday around noon. The Newsweek article comes out that, hey, Trump promised that he was going to get back to work. After promising to get back to work on Tuesday, President Donald Trump spent the morning at his Florida golf course yet again. The president, who is in the middle of a Christmas vacation at his luxury resort, Mar-a-Lago, rolled into the Trump International Golf Club around 9 a.m. Tuesday morning, according to the press pool report. This is the third time Trump has hit the golf club since flying down to his estate golf course flying down to his estate on Saturday before departing for Palm Beach. Trump insisted that he would be mixing work and pleasure on the holiday getaway. So he promised to go back to work, and he didn't, according to the news. He went to the golf course. this is just one of the many, many reasons why we have lost it for the media. We've lost it for news networks, Newsweek magazine, Time magazine. We have lost it for these people, okay? Just there's no interest in these magazines anymore, or these newspapers and some of these broadcast news shows. There's no interest anymore. Yesterday, President Trump, played golf. And he played golf with two pro golfers, I guess, is my understanding. All right. And, but the one that they're not focusing on, and I want to know this because we don't have insider information. I'd love to have insider information here, but we don't. I want to know on the golf course. Now, some of you out there understand. Some of you understand working on the golf course, okay? Some of you do. Some of you don't like business on the golf course. But it happens. That's what businessmen and women do. Women like to go play golf. They like to go play golf. Men and women, they do business on the golf course, okay? Now, I always knew when I got a call from the home office, went to meetings, and then the next day the owner of the company wanted to play golf. I always knew when I always knew when I played golf with Jim, we'll say that, when we would go play golf, I knew he was going to institute a new company policy or look to have something new done in the company take place. Bragging as it may be, we always had the top branches. We had the top branch, and we were, my team, we were always able to take a branch that was struggling, turn it around, make it profitable for the owner, and then turn it over to another management team. So that being said, I knew the danger of playing golf with the owner was before the 18th hole, I was going to find out what branch he wanted me to look into a little bit. Might want to see what I think about some things on a certain branch. I was like, oh no, I don't want that assignment right now. Or we were going to institute something new. But between hole 1 and hole 18, I knew from Jim several new things we wanted to do in the company. So we worked those 18 holes. Now, most of you understand that, and you understand working on the golf course, whether you like putting it that way or not. I want to know why he played golf with David Perdue. Senator David Perdue of Georgia. He likes Senator David Perdue. He's a businessman. Senator David Perdue is a businessman. He was the true outsider. David Perdue ran the first successful. Now, I know what you're going to say. Scott down in Florida, the governor of Florida. Perdue set the stage, cut the way for the outsider campaign against a whole list of career politicians. Okay? Perdue went up against a lot of career politicians, Senator Perdue, and did the outsider. I'm the outsider in the race. I really think Perdue is what brought out Trump. If the truth is known, David Perdue led the way in Trump believing a slogan like "Make America Great Again" and being an outsider could work nationally. I believe that it's in the mix. I always will, no matter what they tell us. But he's a businessman, so they have that in common. All right, so they may like each other. But they played golf yesterday, and I'd like to know what's coming out of this golf round. Okay, Trump plays golf with Rand Paul. Played golf with Lindsey Graham. Okay, Lindsey, what do we call him? Grahamnesty? All right, is that what Rush calls him? Lindsey Grahamnesty? Played golf with Lindsey Graham. But yesterday he played golf with David Perdue. Now, I hope he plays golf with another senator today. Just a quick highlight. Senator David Perdue of Georgia, the committees he is currently on. He is on the Armed Services Committee. Okay, he's on the Armed Services Committee. He's on the Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee. What could be going on there? I want you to look at all these and wonder what could be going on there, okay? Senator David Perdue is on the Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee. All right? Let's see what's going on there. And here's one of interest. He's on the Budget Committee, okay? And under that, protecting our nation's seniors is a top priority. As a member of the Special Committee on Aging, I am fighting to prioritize federal spending by setting clear priorities so we can preserve programs like Medicare, Social Security, making them sustainable for future generations. So do you think they're getting ready to go into major budget negotiations? And do you think he will play a part in the budget negotiations? You see, we have a continuing spending resolution. We have to do a budget. Somewhere in January, we've got to do a budget. We've kicked the can. We kicked the can. It's time to do a budget. Trump has to come back in 2018 and put a budget together. All right? Trump has to come back in 2018, and the Democrats and Republicans have to address the collapse of Obamacare. That happens in 2018. They have to address it. Trump put them in a room, okay? The President of the United States put Democrats and Republicans in a room and walked away. He kicked the two crutches out from under Obamacare. And they can come out when they find a solution. But you will hear from the media today. They will go after our president by saying he promised he would get back to work, but he's playing golf. All right? Playing golf. I want to play a couple videos. Of some of my favorites throughout the year. These are some of my favorites. But when I was talking earlier, when I opened the show up, I said, you know what? I have waited, and I have watched all of these men and women on talk radio tee it up, get it ready, get us to the promised land to look in. All right? Only one guy has the nerve to do this. Only one guy will fight for us every single day, and that's Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States. Let's play the video, Sam. NFL is going into the lowest ratings. Okay, lowest ratings. NFL is suffering ticket losses. Okay, NFL is suffering viewership on TV. Okay, DirecTV is having to give away the NFL package. You can get it for free. This is something, DirecTV's NFL package, when it came out, all right? When it came out, the NFL package, it was a coveted package, and I remember it cost like almost $300 a year. I mean, like $250 or something. When it came out, the NFL package was big money. DirecTV had hit pay dirt. You would give $250, $300 a year. And I remember because I had it, okay? I had the NFL Sunday ticket. And the NFL Sunday ticket, when it came out, I mean, DirecTV would split it up in payments over the year on your bill, so it would come out every month, and but you could watch every single game, any game you wanted to watch, you could watch it, all right? Any West Coast game, Northeast, you're a Giants fan. And I'll tell you what, why don't I go ahead and get in trouble now? Because when I moved, when I moved to North Carolina, and I was like, I got to watch the Carolina Panthers? I mean, I grew up watching the Giants, the Redskins, the Eagles, the Jets, the Buffalo Bills. I mean, the Steelers. This is what I got to watch the Carolina Panthers. Oh, my God. So then it's not too bad. So then I moved to Atlanta, and I said, no. Are you telling me the only game I get Sunday at 1 o'clock are the Falcons? Now, I'm sorry, Falcons fans. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. It's like, I got to watch the Falcons? Oh, my God. There's got to be something I could do. Oh, NFL Sunday Ticket. I can watch the Steelers every Sunday. I can watch the Giants. I can watch Eli fold like a launcher. I can watch the Patriots, whether you like it or not. I liked it when Parcells went to New England. And I liked it. I liked it when Belichick set Bledsoe down. When he set Bledsoe down and he brought in this kid, Tom Brady. I liked that. Okay? So anyhow, that being said, that was a golden goose. $300, $250 NFL Sunday Ticket. And it's all gone away. It's slowly going away. Then the NFL got this great idea to launch their own network, the NFL Network. Who's watching that? It wasn't even 3 years ago. I watched the NFL Network on a daily basis. Then the NFL wanted their own Thursday night game. So the NFL Network did their own Thursday night game. You remember what a major contract it was, okay? Major contract. When CBS lost, I mean, it was like, whoa, blow me out of the water, man. When CBS, Brett Musburger, is that the guy's name? Remember when Jimmy the Greek? Oh, I can't go down that one. The Greek, okay? Jimmy the Greek, all right? And Brett Musburger and Phyllis, what was her name? Anyhow, you remember when CBS lost the NFC contract to Fox? Wow. It was a big deal. Really big deal, okay? And then NBC had the AFC at that time. All this going downhill. All right? Why? Because of some, white-black kid. Let's say, come on, what the hell? He's a white-black kid, okay? With a phony afro. You realize this kid came in, all right? You think about the destruction that's been done in the NFL. You think about Kaepernick came in, all right, and Smith, right? Wasn't Smith doing this from memory? So if I'm wrong, damn it, just look it up. So Smith, right, in game 2 gets hurt up there, right? And in San Francisco. So you got this white-black kid, all right? Kaepernick, and they check him and he said, yeah, he's got the appropriate amount of tattoos. I don't care. I don't give a rat's, all right? I don't care, You want to ink up your ass, I don't care, all right? But, I watch the NCAA and these young kids, all right, coming out of these cities and they got all this garbage written all over their ass. Why the hell am I saying this stuff? Anyhow, so they got this kid Kaepernick, and he's qualifies. He's got the right amount of ink all over his ass, and he's got he's a white-black kid, so that'll play well, all right, in the NFL. And he comes in like game 3, and Harbaugh, they accidentally somehow back into the Super Bowl, okay, and then you got in the Super Bowl. Don't you love how when you get to the Super Bowl, they do the highlight of the player, and no matter what a thug they are, no matter the thug, I don't care, they got the kid that, wasn't able to read till he was in the 6th grade, and but he had a miraculous change, and he met that teacher, and now he has a relationship with this teacher his whole life that, taught him how to conjugate a verb, or that would be me, right? Anyhow, so they go on the NFL, they go on the Super Bowl, and they get this guy, and they make this story up, all right? This guy, everybody, there's no such thing as an NFL player that goes to the Super Bowl that doesn't have a life-changing story that they said, I sat down with Brett Favre, I sat down with Terry Bradshaw, we sat down with this kid, all right? Well, so they make up that Kaepernick's the all-American white-black kid next door, right? So they do that. and he loses in the Super Bowl. And then they come back the next year and San Francisco does what? They suck, right? Period. The kid and Smith, where did Smith go? Smith goes down to, tell me if I got it right? So Smith goes down to Kansas City or wherever. He gets out of there. I had enough of this. Harbaugh, they try San Francisco, so they try again the next year. They finally fire this guy's rear end. So accidentally they back in, and this kid doesn't play a full season. He starts game 3. He has a fluke of a season, not half bad. And they get in the Super Bowl. They lose. They lose the Super Bowl, by the way. Next year, they suck. And the kid decides, you know what? I guess I'm going to take a knee for all the white black kids of America. All right? Anyhow, this punk is not the only reason the NFL is going downhill. Let's play NFL owners get the son of a bitch off the field video. Tell me when you got that up. Play that.
I'd love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now. Out. He's fired. He's fired. Some owner's going to do that. He's going to say, that guy that disrespects our flag, he's fired. And that owner, they don't know it. They don't know it. They're friends of mine, many of them. They don't know it. They'll be the most popular person for a week. They'll be the most popular person in this country, because that's a total disrespect of our heritage. That's a total disrespect of everything that we stand for, okay? Everything that we stand for. And I know we have freedoms, and we have freedom of choice and many, many different freedoms. But you know what? It's still totally disrespectful. And when the NFL ratings are down massively, the NFL ratings are down massively. Now, the number one reason happens to be that they like watching what's happening on, with yours truly. They like what's happening. Because, today if you hit too hard, right? They hit too hard, 15 yards, throw him out of the game. They had that last week. I watched for a couple of minutes, and two guys just really beautiful tackle. Boom, 15 yards. The referee gets on television. His wife is sitting at home. She's so proud of him. They're ruining the game, right? They're ruining the game. Hey, look, that's what they want to do. They want to hit, okay? They want to hit, but it is hurting the game. But it is hurting the game. But it is hurting the game.
All right, so he's 100% right. You see, Kaepernick, the white-black kid, all right? He kneels. He finishes the NFL off. Well, the NFL's not over with. I understand. Watch. It'll be the lowest rated playoffs in the history of televising the NFL. Lowest rated playoffs, okay? It will be the lowest rated watched Super Bowl. They are trying to build up teams right now that have the most viewership. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay? I know you don't like hearing this because, but I think the NFL's rigged. I think it's rigged. It's a rigged system. It's like Trump said, the election's rigged. Every damn thing's rigged, all right? So I think the NFL's rigged. I think the NFL's working out now. The last thing the NFL could have, and I haven't watched all year, not a game. But I'm just going to throw some teams out. I don't know where they're at. But the NFL can't have a Super Bowl with the Arizona Cardinals or the Jacksonville Jaguars or wherever the hell the Jaguars are now. I don't know. Did they leave town? They can't have a Super Bowl with like the Jaguars or the Arizona Cardinals. They can't have that. They can't have a Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals and or the Cleveland Browns, and they can't do that. They can't do that. They got to have like a Steeler Cowboy. Okay, they're trying to create something now. They're in there, and they're doing they've run the numbers of the highest rated TV markets that they could do. That's my opinion. It's so rigged right now that they're afraid of that they have to get people to watch the Super Bowl. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong. They have destroyed the NFL for years. Trump's 100% right. And see, my point this morning on several things I plan to do is he is the one that's been saying it. You know, Rush Limbaugh called it the chickification, right? He would say the chickification of the NFL, okay? And you and I know that. There's a reason Tom Brady could play for 22 years in the NFL, because it's the no-hit the quarterback rule. I mean, you can't do anything to a quarterback if there's no such thing. You remember on Sunday when you could not wait to see the quarterback get sacked? I mean, you got guys like Joe Montana, okay? Now forget Joe Montana. Do some research of the guys in the NFL. He had 4 rings. Joe Montana, 4 rings, Super Bowl rings. Do the research on the kind of guys that were in the NFL at that time that were chasing this guy's ass, wanting to tackle him, wanting to sack him, wanting to hit him, all right, and put him out. You put Joe Montana out, you can win. Do that. Now look at Terry Bradshaw. I love the social media picture of Terry Bradshaw. Okay, 4 rings. Okay, he called his own plays. All right, he didn't have a mic in his helmet telling him what to do. The only thing he heard in his helmet were the songbirds spinning around when he got his bell rung. And he has 4 Super Bowl rings. Okay, look at the guys that were chasing Bradshaw back then. Look at the Steelers that were chasing the Raiders, and some of these guys that chased Terry Bradshaw around. Look at the Dallas Cowboys defense. Okay. Look at the Randy White and those guys at Dallas that were chasing. Look at the kind of guys that were chasing a quarterback back then. You can't hit anybody. Trump's right. Boom, hit somebody. Now, it has not been 10 years. Let's say 10 years, right? You remember on ESPN, now Lisa and I would set up, always we could not wait for Tom Jackson's All Jacked Up, okay? ESPN, All Jacked Up, all right? Don't tell me you forgot it. Boomer, right? Boomer, back, right? He could go all the way, all right? A guy lit it up. He could go all the way. Boomer with ESPN, all right? When ESPN started, Boomer used to do the log chopping competition because that's all ESPN had. But Tom Jackson, not even 10 years ago, All Jacked Up. Remember that? The whole segment, All Jacked Up. And everybody on the panel picked the hit of the week, the crunch hit of the week. They ended that because players were trying to make the All Jacked Up highlight reel. Guys were hitting people, and they were, coming off the field. Hey, that'll make All Jacked Up. See if that makes it. That was so popular. The NFL, watch what happens. College football ratings have gone through the roof. They've always been enormous ratings, but college football ratings are through the roof. You watch and see the ratings this coming weekend. All right? Georgia, Oklahoma, Clemson. Who's Clemson playing? Alabama. Yeah, sorry about that, Alabama fans. Watch the ratings go through the roof for this. Watch and see if, now I'm just saying, this is a long shot. Watch and see if the national championship, college national championship ratings come close to the Super Bowl themselves. All right? I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to take another break. We're going to play some more of Donald Trump's clips when we come back. Let me go through a couple tweets here. And my point this morning in the show is I have waited. I have watched. Give all the guys and the ladies props this morning that were so far ahead, that pushed us to the edge of the mountain. But we have been waiting our whole life for a guy that would say this. Donald J. Trump, Twitter, yesterday. Wow. He puts in Fox and Friends. Wow. Dossier is bogus, right? We know that. Dossier is bogus. Clinton campaign, DNC funded dossier. In capital letters, FBI cannot, after all this time, verify claims in the dossier of Russia-Trump collusion. FBI tainted. And they used this crooked Hillary pile of garbage as the basis for going after the Trump campaign. I have waited for somebody to call the FBI out, to have the nerve. Do you realize if Donald Trump is not elected President of the United States, that the FBI, Department of Justice, all of these agencies would not unravel as they are? And they're not done, okay, with it. I'm your host. Let's take a brief break. We'll be right back with some more Only Trump Could Say It videos.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
All new Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
I can't get my earpiece to work. I know I'm back. I can see myself. You always ask me, are you ready to come back? Damn it, I'm always ready. Quit asking me if I'm ready. I can't stand when people ask me if I'm ready. But then again, I better say thanks, Sam, for asking if I'm ready. I'm glad I don't have my earpiece in, because if I have my earpiece in, I can hear what Sam is saying. My video is ready. Sam said your video is ready. Okay, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. 2018, folks. We're going to talk about the elections. I've played some videos today that only the president would say and do, and I'm going to play some more tomorrow. And then Friday we're going to be at Circuit World to end the last show of the year. That'll be it, of the year, last show of the year at Circuit World. Friday in Blue Ridge. If you want to contact this show, chief@fetchernews.com, chief@fetchernews.com, 706-889-9700, 24-hour tip line, and follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. And I'm not getting a haircut. Something just said across, I'm looking and I'm thinking, somebody out there, damn it, just said, will you please get a haircut? Hell no, not right now. It's not happening right now. Just one day I might do it, but right now I'm not. So I don't know why that came into the Twitter feed. @FetcherNews.com, @FYNTV. Follow us on Facebook, Fetch Your News on Facebook. Find us on Fetch Your News. Find us on Instagram. We got Instagram. How do they find us on Instagram? We got that? Oh, just Fetch Your News? Oh, that's
FYNTV.
FYNTV, Instagram.
Or Team FYN Sports.
Team FYN Sports. We're Instagram. We're putting it out there, man. We're putting Instagram, FYNTV. You got it. So find us on Instagram and also YouTube. Our YouTube channel is FYNTV. Fetch Your News. That's our YouTube channel. We're doing it. I got to give it to you. We're doing it. I mean, Rose doesn't pay attention, but that doesn't mean she doesn't do anything. She just doesn't pay attention to me. Okay. We're playing some of my favorite videos that President Donald Trump, and what I was doing is I'm teeing up all morning long. I took my hat off today to the men and women that led the charge for 30 years, starting with the Rush Limbaugh, Mark Levin, and they got us to the top of the mountain. And there's things that some of the conservative talk show hosts out there, the seasoned ones, the old guys and girls, we'll just say it like that, that they still, have a problem with Trump about. But in general, I can't say that. Now, let me give you this. In 2018, this is what the media, I want to give you something to pay attention to in 2018. 2018, we're going to spend the whole year with the media determined to, they're going to come up, and I sometimes you think I'm silly, but if you're not watching CNN and you're not watching MSNBC, which hopefully you're not, and you're not paying attention, CNN did a report, 2 weeks ago? They did a report on how many Diet Cokes, how many Diet Cokes Donald Trump drinks a day. I swear to God. So Adam Schiff, it won't shock me, if Adam Schiff, pull up the Donald Trump shuts down CNN reporter and give me a thumb when you have that. So Adam Schiff and these people, I will not be shocked if CNN, if they don't try to run with Don Jr. Was caught online playing a PlayStation or Xbox game with a Russian. There's a Russian that masked themselves as Joe in Idaho that they found out Don Jr. has been playing an online video game. I swear to God, you might think that's silly, but that is how whacked they are. We're going to talk about 2018, but who else? Now, our favorite, are really the best crack in the fake news armor was Newt Gingrich in a primary in South Carolina. When Newt Gingrich was running for president, and he was getting a little steam built up, and he was doing okay. He was doing okay. Newt Gingrich was running for president. This is when Mitt Romney got the nomination. And, he thought at that time, $2.50 for gas. Remember the campaign slogan with Newt Gingrich? He was gonna win the nomination at $2.50. If he was president, he wasn't gonna let gas get over $2.50. Okay. And so he goes into a primary debate in South Carolina. Newt Gingrich does. And he takes the first, I forget the question asked, and he takes the best shot at the media that you and I have heard in years. And we were waiting. I mean, it's just like he cracked that media thing wide open, Newt did. Okay? And everybody's been going after the fake news, and everybody's been going after, but been revealing and putting out there ABC and George Stephanopoulos. I mean, you got a guy that worked in the Clinton White House, for 6 years, George Stephanopoulos. That turns out to be with ABC. The list goes on. So only one guy, not any of the 17. Do you think Jeb Bush would have done this? Do you think John Kasich that kisses Chuck Todd's ass every Sunday morning? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press. John Kasich says, all I know is, Chuck, if it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press. Glad to be with you, Chuck. Glad to have you, Kasich. All right, and you got to pry Kasich's lips off of Chuck Todd's ass to go to commercial. I know I shouldn't say stuff like that. I promise in 2018 I'm changing, okay? That's going to be a resolution. Oh, we got to do that tomorrow, Rose. Tomorrow, New Year's resolutions, okay? Same with you, Sam. Anyhow, and your resolutions can't be for me to stop doing something. They have to be yourself, not me. I can see that coming, right? So we've known that. But only one person has had the nerve to stand up, no matter where at, and call them out. Let's go with that video.
Disgraceful that the intelligence agencies allowed any information that turned out to be so false and fake out. I think it's a disgrace. And I say that. And that's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do. I think it's a disgrace. That information that was false and fake and never happened got released to the public. As far as BuzzFeed, which is a failing pile of garbage, writing it, I think they're going to suffer the consequences. They already are. And as far as CNN going out of their way to build it up, and by the way, we just found out, I was coming down, Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen is a very talented lawyer. He's a good lawyer in my firm. It was just reported that it wasn't this Michael Cohen they were talking about. So all night long, it's Michael Cohen. I said, I want to see your passport. He brings his passport to my office. I say, hey, wait a minute. He didn't leave the country. He wasn't out of the country. They had Michael Cohen of the Trump Organization was in Prague. It turned out to be a different Michael Cohen. Sure. It's a disgrace what took place. It's a disgrace. And I think they ought to apologize to start with Michael Cohen.
Sir, since you're attacking us, can you give us a question?
Go ahead.
No, Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
Since you are attacking our news organization,
can
you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are
is
attacking
terrible.
our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give us a
is
chance
terrible.
to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet.
you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
Can you state
She's asking a
categorically,
question.
Mr.
Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not appropriate.
That's not appropriate. That's not appropriate. No, you're fake news. Your organization is terrible. No. Okay? Intelligence agency released false information. CNN corrects report about Trump campaign and WikiLeaks tip. This is CNN had to correct a story on Friday that suggests Trump campaign had been tipped off earlier about WikiLeaks documents damaging Hillary Clinton. When it learned the alert was about material already publicly available. The new information, CNN noted, indicated that the communication is less significant than CNN initially reported. Less significant. We have waited. I love the Twitter feed. I don't have time. We have waited for a president of the United States. You and I have called CNN the Clinton News Network. How many years? Now, I don't take this wrong, okay? But let's see, how many years does this go back? If Obama, let's see, Obama was 8 years, and Bush was 8 years, and Clinton was 8 years. That's 24 years. These young ladies in the control room today have no idea here at FYN TV that you and I have been calling out for them. We did it for them, the next generation, CNN, the Clinton News Network. We have known that for how long? 20-some years. But only one guy. Do you think that Jeb Bush would have stood up and called them the Clinton? Do you think Ted Cruz? I know, I like Ted Cruz. But do you think Ted Cruz could have been effective against the media? 1 year. This guy has done things in 1 year that no one else, no one, could have stepped to the podium and done. It doesn't care who's in the room. You got to understand, folks, when this guy stands up there, the lights are everywhere, and there's cameras everywhere, and there's people everywhere. I mean, it can be quite intimidating. Not this guy. Not this guy here. Let's go to another one. Let me see which one this one is. Let's go to Trump calls Warren Pocahontas. This is, he said he'd debate her. He would debate her. Let's go with this one.
Her job.
Who, Pocahontas? Pocahontas, well, no, she's, look, she is
very offensive.
You tell me. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas? Is that what you said? Elizabeth Warren? She is, no, she tweets a lot about me. Every once in a while I'll tweet. And when I tweet, you know, not that many people are watching her tweets. When I tweet, they watch. I will say this, look, she is a senator that's highly overrated. She's passed very little legislation. She has been a real disaster for a lot of people, including the Democrats, who frankly can't stand her, many of the Democrats. Just ask Hillary Clinton how she likes her. And I would say this, I'll debate anybody. I don't care. I'd debate her. But she's done very little for Massachusetts. And the beautiful thing is when I won Massachusetts, with many people running against me, I got up to almost 50%. And she was fighting me. So I really think if her record was exposed, and the fact that she was a Native American, she said she was Native American, but she wasn't able to document it. She said, well, I have high cheekbones. You see, I have high cheekbones, so I'm a Native American. And she then, I don't know if you'd call it a fraud or not, but she was able to get into various schools because of the fact she applied as a Native American and probably able to get other things. I think she's as Native American as I am, okay? That I will tell you. But she's a woman that's been very ineffective, other than she's got a big mouth.
So we have Big Mouth, Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren. I've waited for years for somebody to just say it. I don't care. Here's in that video, okay? In that video, my favorite part of the video is I would like to see the little liberal whack job that's out in the audience, okay? You can just picture the little liberal whack job that's in the audience yelling, "That's very offensive," okay? And my favorite part in the whole video is Trump gives the look. yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, like I care. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That's my favorite part of the video. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, faked her applications so she could get into schools and be listed on the professor sheets of Native American at Harvard. All right, list goes on. I've been waiting my whole life. Now play the other one that is related to that. Let's play the other one.
And I just want to thank you because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you because you are special. You are special people. You are really incredible people. And I have to, from the heart, from the absolute heart, we appreciate what you've done, how you've done it, the bravery that you displayed, and the love that you have for your country.
They call her Pocahontas. They call her Pocahontas. Now, the guy to the right, okay, the guy to the right, the gentleman to the right, they asked him later, okay, if he was offended by the president's comments when he said Pocahontas. And he said, I didn't understand them. I didn't know really what he was saying. He said, but I wasn't offended. He said, the Marines told us to yell Geronimo when we jumped out of the plane, and that didn't offend me. So Pocahontas, they call her Pocahontas. Let me do another one here. Let's see, the CNN reporter. Here's one I really love, okay? Let's go with Trump blast Senator Schumer. Let's pull that one up. Let's play that video.
Actually had a very good day yesterday in terms of Homeland Security. And someday we had to make the move, and we decided to make the move. It would be nice again if we could have our cabinet, because our cabinet, which is outstanding, is going through a lot in terms of what they're being put through in the Senate. Jeff Sessions, they made him wait an extra week. And they did that only for political reasons. It was only for, they just made him wait. I said, why did they do that? Just politics. I noticed Chuck Schumer yesterday with fake tears. I'm going to ask him who is his acting coach, because I know him very well. I don't see him as a crier. If he is, he's a different man. There's about a 5% chance that it was real, but I think they were fake tears.
Acting coach. Who was Chuck's acting coach? Here's what is going on at that time. We have the travel ban. You and I have known all along, okay? You and I have known all along that the President of the United States had every right in the executive branch. We have the separation of powers. Great read here if you want to take a college class, which stressed me out. It's a tough read, Scalia's Court, okay? And you could read the separation of powers by former Antonin Scalia that died with a pillow over his face of natural causes. Anyhow, you and I have known all along that the travel ban is something that was within the rights of the executive branch of the country. The President of the United States can defend us by all foreign, what he seems to think is foreign, whatever, enemy, okay, trying to come into the United States. He had the right to do that. Let's put it like that. So Chuck Schumer goes to the podium, senator from New York, and he cries that it was mean-spirited, and he takes a break, and he gets these refugees, these Syrian refugees behind him, and he says it was mean-spirited, and the President of the United States, hey, you know what, you had fake tears. You have waited, I have waited for somebody to say fake tears. And don't forget, in this last year, when they're looking at the accomplishments, look at how long it took to get President Trump's cabinet, okay, Don't forget those conversations we were having in January and February, March, and even April of trying to get President Trump's cabinet approved. Remember that? They did everything to slow the cabinet hearings down for the appointees. Remember that? So don't forget that as we're talking. That is one of them right there. Sam, let's play one more before we go to commercial. I want to play. I have one here. Fake tears. Let's do. I think this is the last one I have besides the one I just sent you. Right. I want to play the second America First. America First in the National Security Strategy. Before she does that, now you remember we started out playing some of these videos, okay? And some of the videos we were playing, we started out with the inauguration speech. All right, America First. Everywhere he has gone, America First, for a year. Every single thing. Now, you remember Steve Bannon got the heat of writing, Darth Vader, right? Got the heat. He got the heat for writing such a dark inauguration speech. Remember, America First was dark. Remember, this is the darkest speech. They did hours of a roundtable on how dark this speech that Bannon must have. Bannon must have wrote this speech. But interesting enough, the inauguration speech, that's why we played that America First. He has not left that. The President of the United States has not left that. Now, listen to, not even a year later.
Economic vitality, growth, and prosperity at home is absolutely necessary for American power and influence abroad. Any nation that trades away its prosperity for security will end up losing both. This strategy recognizes that we cannot secure a nation if we do not secure our borders. So for the first time ever, American strategy now includes a serious plan to defend our homeland. It calls for the construction of a wall on our southern border, ending chain migration and the horrible visa and lottery programs. With this strategy, we are calling for a great reawakening of America, a resurgence of confidence, and a rebirth of patriotism, prosperity, and pride. And we are returning to the wisdom of our founders. In America, the people govern, the people rule, and the people are sovereign. America has been among the greatest forces for peace and justice in the history of the world. The American people are generous. You are determined, you are brave, you are strong, and you are wise. When the American people speak, all of us should listen. And just over 1 year ago, you spoke loud and you spoke clear. On November 8th, 2016, you voted to make America great again. Again.
Okay, America First speech. That just happened, 2 weeks ago? Here is the thing that I've enjoyed the most about the President of the United States. Now, don't. I followed this guy from the escalator, and I know you know that. You get tired of hearing it. But I followed this campaign from the time, actually, I was more focused on Melania coming down the escalator, but still yet. Okay, Donald was with her. And so I focused on that day. And the one thing I can come to you this morning on December 27th, 2017 and tell you, this guy hasn't changed. He hasn't changed. What he said during the primary, okay? Here's what they can't take. They can't understand. They keep lying to you about the polling. You see, conventional wisdom is you run to the right. So many people, remember that so many people said he's running to the right. Even his opponents, he's not a Republican. Remember his opponents, he's not a conservative. Remember his opponents, he will fool you. He's a New York City liberal. Even all his opponents. But he will run to the right, and the only thing they had was to swear, wait till he gets in the general. Okay? You do remember it was at a debate where he looked at Hillary Clinton and he said, you'd be in jail. You couldn't be here tonight. It was during the general election he was going around saying, lock her up. It was during the general election that he was still saying he would build the wall. You see, he was supposed to run, a candidate is supposed to run to the right in the primary and then move to the center for the general election. This guy ended all conventional thought. Okay, there are think tanks, which I have to tell you, I know more than these think tanks. I know, as arrogant as that sounds, trying to figure out what happened here. How come this guy didn't move to the center? Now, he was supposed to go into the Oval Office and change once again. See, there's 3 transitions in the deep state. Run over here for your party, run right here for the American people in the middle, and then go into office and move this way. So you're supposed to move from here to deep state. Donald Trump came down the escalator here and has never left. Never left. This speech is 2 weeks ago. We're returning to the wisdom of our founders. Okay? Patriotism. Chain migration. RAISE Act. Now, I started the show and I talked to you a lot earlier this morning about David Perdue, Senator David Perdue from Georgia, riding the golf cart with the President of the United States yesterday in Florida. Maybe they were talking about immigration. Because you remember Tom Cotton and David Perdue, and they brought out the RAISE Act. Okay? The RAISE Act would end chain migration. That being said, the people of America, we are sovereign. Now, everything he said in that inauguration speech, he's not moved one day. And everywhere he went around the world, he did not move one day. Not one day. And everywhere he went, and everything he's done, he's had the American people first. America first. TPP, out. Paris Climate Accord, out. Okay? United Nations, look, we're not going to pay your bills anymore. We could leave. We're not going to pay your bills. You keep pushing us, every day you push us. Let me tell you something. Don't worry about Palestinians. The damn people need money. All the world needs your money, damn it. Don't forget. Quit running up under the rock and scared to death like some little coward. Because you have a president of the United States that knows, I'll lend you damn money. Watch things change at the UN. They changed at NATO. Guess what? He didn't wait for Angela Merkel. He didn't wait for Theresa May. He didn't wait for Macron. He didn't wait for any of those jackasses. He said, here's what's going to happen. You're supposed to pay point something of your national military defense to NATO. You will do that, and you'll do it now. You got it? Guess what? NATO is set and ready to enact and fulfill their purpose. United Nations, which I wouldn't have a United Nations. Guess what? United Nations will come in line. You watch in 2018. Because they need your damn money, folks. They're not looking for Portugal's money. Hey, did that check come in from Portugal today? They're not waiting for it. Hey, did the check come in from the Czechoslovakia and whatever? They're not waiting for it. Hey, did Poland send their check? Let me tell you something. I used to go to the mailbox to pick up the mail for a pretty good sized corporation that would get 10, 15 checks a day, right? Okay? And I used to take them into the owner. I go to the mailbox, take them in the owner. And the owner, his joy of the day was opening the mail because checks came every day, which good for him, right? So he'd open this one, 2,400. Well, that's a good one. Open this one, 4,003. All right, that's a good one. Then he'd say, this is the one I want to open. Open this one, 68,000. Oh, the other ones were good. But this is the one. This is the one that made payroll. This is the one that kept the lights on. This is the one they needed. This check. Now, these other checks, they're good. But this is the one. Folks, the UN is not sitting there. They have to have the money. They got to have your money. You have a president that understands that. The hell with the UN. $248 million, you're not getting it. Keep pushing us around. Watch what happens. I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about that. Okay? President of the United States, we put a provision to repatriate. You have a Christmas shopping season, $600 billion. The highest since what? The Great Recession, they call it, right? On record right now. Shopping, the highest. It's optimism. America first. We have a president. Forget the UN. Don't worry about it. Now, I'm going to take a break. I got 2 more videos I want to play before I leave today. So, Sam, let's take a break, and then we'll come right back.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead. 'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We're just going through some of them. We're going to do it today and tomorrow. And there's no way we could go through all the accomplishments of the President of the United States. But we're trying to just kindly highlight the things that the media has buried and where we're at now. So let's go straight to this one, right? Did you see on Facebook, I'm going down through Facebook, did you see the picture of Trump and somebody put up the caption, just call me butter because I'm on a roll? I kind of like that one. Okay, this next one, let's not forget this one, okay? This is a connection. This is the media just can't get it. And let's not forget, and I want you to look at who's in the room, and their nerves are shot. And I'm going to tell you why their nerves are shot, because I'm going to show you a little later. Let's go to the one I said start at 4 minutes. Let's play this one.
Appreciate everything you've done, fellas. Thank you very much. Would anybody like to say a few words? How about one of the miners saying a few words? I hear these guys all the time. I hear Rand all the time. Come on. Who'd like this? Come on, Mike.
President Trump, we thank you very much for everything you've done for us. Everything that you're doing for our industry is very much needed. I've been mining in this industry for 40 years, and this is a very exciting time for our industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Tell them where you're from, Mike.
I'm from Morgantown, West Virginia, but I work at the Marion County Coal Company.
How did I do in that area?
Oh, you did great.
Good. Say something.
Well, President Trump, yes, representing West Virginia as the senator and Senator Manchin and I, and we have our congressional delegation here, Congressman Jenkins, Congressman McKinley, and Congressman Mooney. This is a lifeline to us. And these miners, they mine in West Virginia. It's a source of pride for us as a state that we've been able to power this country, that we've had the opportunity to provide the energy to this country. And thank you for being a partner with us and being a leader, President Trump, in this. We believe in this, and we believe in your commitment to making sure American miners get back to work. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a big day for Kentucky. We want to thank President Trump for getting rid of this job-killing regulation. It was scheduled to cost us thousands of more jobs. Nobody seemed to care about Kentucky, but I can promise you Eastern Kentucky voted about 75% for Donald J. Trump.
Let me just say something very quickly. There's not a miner here that's not an environmentalist. So when people say that we don't want to do the right thing, there's a balance between the environment and economy. These miners will be the first ones to tell you. They're out in the woods, they're hunting, they're fishing, they're doing everything possible. All they want is the respect that basically they've given us the country we have because of the hard work them and their fathers and grandfathers and all of their family has done. So I'm so proud. These are all West Virginians, too. Makes it even prouder for all of us. So thank you. God bless you.
Okay, job-killing regulations. There you have Rand Paul, okay, Capito, Shelley Capito, Senator from West Virginia, Shelley Capito, Republican. That's a stretch. That hurts me when I have to call her a Republican. Then you have a Republican, Rand Paul from Kentucky, that said, Mr. President, Eastern Kentucky voted about 70% for you. And then you have Joe Manchin, the Democrat, Joe Manchin. And you have this Mike. Mike, get up here. Mike, get up here. Get up here, Mike. Get up here. You're going to say something. Mike works for the Marion County Coal Company. Let's not forget that. Now, I want to not end today, but end our Trump discussion. And don't leave us, because I want to end today with 2018 and what the media is not talking about. Okay? I'm going to show you. That's the reason I want you to see Joe Manchin, all right? Because if you're watching any other network today, besides Fox, I give them just a little credit, but we'll leave it alone, all right? Just kick Juan Williams' ass off, okay? I'd rather watch Bob Beckel if I had to, all right? You know, you got to put a list of people you'd rather go drinking and partying with. And if you want to go drinking and partying, which I do not, it would be Bob Beckel. Get Juan Williams off the show. Anyhow, any network you are watching at this time is talking about 2018. They're talking about the Democrats flipping the House, taking over the House. They're talking about the Republicans in trouble. They're talking about the best Democrat climate And since the speaker became Nancy Pelosi and Dennis Hastert had to hand her the gavel, the Republicans, they're talking all the positives. We're going to end with something on 2018 that they're not talking about. But let's go to something. Why won't they talk about it? You remember Jihad John? You remember Jihad John? You remember America, the ISIS, that thing ISIS? You remember we watched a video, okay, of Jihad John with a orange suit and a black thing over his face and a machete and a guy there with his sword to his neck. You remember that? Just seems a little graphic. Remember that? You remember he had a British accent and he chopped the man's head off? Remember that? YouTube had to take the video live. You remember they were chopping heads off? You remember ISIS was created through the vacuum that Obama left after his Cairo speech in Iraq? Remember that? You remember what a threat ISIS has been to the world? Let's play that next video I sent you. You know which one I'm talking about.
We're not dealing with stupid people. You know, it used to be we would have a military. You'd have uniforms here, uniforms there. The one with the most uniforms standing wins the war, right? This is a little different now. Now you're talking about sneaky, dirty, underhanded people that want to kill our civilians. They want to go after our civilians. They want to kill not only our civilians, all over the world. And it's going to be stopped. It's going to be stopped. Somebody criticized me the other day because they asked me what I do, and I said, I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped. They've got to be stopped.
They got to be stopped. They got to be stopped. Remember, I told you, right? He's campaigning. Okay? What would I do? I tell you what I would do. I would bomb the shit out of them. I didn't say, I just quoting the president, okay? I don't talk like that myself. They got to be stopped. Remember what I told you earlier? This is campaign Trump. Campaign Trump. Then he moves over to general election Republican nominee for president. Then he goes into the White House. Stories today, ISIS has been decimated. They have been cleared out of Iraq. They have been cleared out of Syria. They have lost their stronghold. It's not a TV show. It's called Rules of Engagement, okay? And not a TV. This is not with David Spade, folks, okay? This is not Rules of Engagement you watch in the afternoon. President Obama was running these bombing missions. So it would make the nightly news with CNN and make the nightly news with MSNBC. And we were dropping more bombs. We were dropping them nowhere. Nowhere were we dropping these bombs. Obama tried to run the war on ISIS out of the White House like Johnson and McNamara. When we were in Vietnam, folks, McNamara and Johnson, which, God, I wish they would have went to prison for what they did to our kids, okay? All right? Which are now mostly my friends that are a little older than me. My older friends are the ones that went to Vietnam. I'm just under the curve there. Okay, but I remember it very well from McNamara and Johnson tried to run the war from the White House. Obama ran the engagements, the rules of engagements. When you go out into the field, and I don't like to really talk about military stuff because I don't ever want to disrespect our men and women, our veterans. But when you go out into the field of engagement, you have rules. And guess where they come from? Commander-in-Chief. There's a reason he wears the jacket. There's a reason he has the hat. He is the Commander-in-Chief, the executive officer of this country. Donald J. Trump is the Commander-in-Chief. They set the rules of engagement. You have your military chiefs come in, okay? They come in and they sit down and you go over the rules of engagement, all right? And Donald Trump took the gloves off and in 11 months has decimated ISIS. Took the gloves off, told Mattis, clean house. The rules of engagement, it doesn't, Donald Trump can play golf. Mattis calls and says, hey, we killed a bunch more. Why don't you go back? I think one of the biggest scandals that would rank high in this country is if we ever look at the amount of bombs that the media helped you believe that we were dropping on ISIS. Record numbers. They would come out, Scott Pelley and Stephen, all of them, Martha Raddatz, the list goes on. CNN, of record numbers of bombs we dropped during the Obama administration. How come we didn't get rid of ISIS? Because you know and I know they were going out and just dropping bombs so they would be a nightly news report. President Trump took the rules of engagement off, and he bombed the shit out of ISIS. And you go today and you look up all the reports on ISIS being decimated. They don't give this guy any credit for nothing. Nothing. Wait till 2018. I want to close with this. Now, Claire McCaskill, which I do not like, Claire McCaskill, all right, is running for, I think, her third term, or maybe fourth, but it's third or fourth term in Senate in Missouri. And here's what they won't talk about that is happening across the country. All right? They're trying to set the mood for the election totally in the Democrats' favor. That's the goal. Set the mood. Okay? Set the stage. The talking points. But what they refuse to tell you, because Claire McCaskill, Joe Manchin in West Virginia is in trouble. I certainly hope that a Republican steps up. But play the video, play the one video I sent you with no name, is the one, that one. You know which one I'm talking about? Watch this video and then we'll talk about it. Who is revolutionaryfunding.org? My name is Angela Earl. I am running in a primary in Missouri, Democrat, U.S. Senate nomination. The race is extremely important because we, as Missourians, can finally prove that we are ready for Medicare for all. We are ready for renewable energy, and that we know it's time for criminal justice reform. We could set the example that we are not divided. We know exactly what we need, and that other states can get there too. I cannot run this race without you. Those running against me collect huge paychecks. Claire McCaskill. Those running against me collect huge paychecks from corporation and lobbyists. She's not talking about the Republican candidate. You got to understand, she's not talking about the Republican candidate running against her. She's talking about Claire McCaskill, the current Democrat senator of Missouri. You see, Donald Trump won in a big way in Missouri. Claire McCaskill's in trouble, but they won't talk about that. Okay? I cannot run this race without you. Those running against me collect huge paychecks from corporations and lobbyists. Claire McCaskill. I'm not accepting corporate money. That means it's just you who can get our voice heard in the U.S. Senate. View more of my platform at teammissouri.net. Angelica, 2018. That's her, teammissouri.net. We are Team Missouri, okay? So who is where did it go? How did I lose it? Revolution Funding. Welcome to Revolution Funding. Continuing the political revolution, one candidate at a time, okay? Revolution Funding is sponsored. This is revolutionfunding.org. You can go there and check it out. Revolution Funding is sponsored by delegates and friends of Bernie Sanders. You realize there's still a group out there that knows that Hillary Clinton, Deborah Wasserman Schultz, Donna Brazile, the DNC, let's see, Hillary Clinton, Donna Wasserman Schultz, Tim Kaine, Donna Brazile, they know they stole the delegates, stole the nomination, rigged the system against Bernie. You think these people forgot. You have to understand, these people that work political campaigns, they do work hard. They get passionate about their candidate. Do you think the group that had the election stole from them? Do you think the group that knows by the emails that Bernie Sanders was set up, do you think this group of delegates that Sanders had at the convention have forgotten? No way. Hell no. Welcome to Revolution Funding. Continue the political revolution one candidate at a time. Donate to Progressive Candidate today, okay? Every donation connected to this site is made directly to candidates' campaigns. About Us Revolution Funding will revolutionize the donating way of future candidates and offer the support needed to accomplish what Bernie taught us. Get involved, run for office. Don't be afraid, because we have your back, okay? Are you a candidate that would like to become a member of Revolutionary Funding? Angelica in 2018 in Missouri is just one of those Bernie Sanders candidates that Claire McCaskill and the mainstream media do not want you to know about. Because what they want to do is they want to set up the Steve Bannon candidates against the Republicans. The media will run all the time they can against the Steve Bannon candidates. Steve Bannon's going to primary these rhinos. Steve Bannon's going to primary these people that are not following and locking step with Donald J. Trump. That's what the media is going to do. They are trying to bury the anger in the Democrat Party that's out there that people like Claire McCaskill have to run against before they get to. Now, will this person win against Claire McCaskill? No. But there's damage. And the media is hiding it because they are helping the Democrats in 2018, and you and I have to do something about it. It's going on 10 o'clock. I want to say this. Donald J. Trump will do some more of that tomorrow. But you know what? You've got congressmen and you got senators in Washington, D.C., Republican congressmen and senators, and they're saying to themselves, because their head's spinning out of control also, and they're saying, damn it, back home, they like this guy. See, that's what Joe Manchin is doing. Damn it, back home, they like this guy. Damn it, back home, we like this guy. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Sam, take us out of here, 8 a.m. tomorrow.